Good morning, everyone. We have here Valentyna Kozlova from InText Translations. Valentyna has been interested in language and for a very long time, and she started out as a project manager at InText Translation and moved quickly to a QA position and heading up the QA department there. And she will spend this morning explaining how InText Translations organized their QA in order to maximize efficiency and quality for their customers.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm glad you came. My department is called QA, but it's not a quality assurance, it's quality and assignment, or questions and answers as we call it, because we do assigning projects to vendors and we do quality control as well. Today I'm going to tell you a small story about our LSP band. It's about translations and quality and happy vendors and happy clients, about time and money, as all stories of our lives. And I hope our experience will help others on their way to nirvana and prosperity. Several words about our company. It was founded in 2002 in Ukraine. We translate from major European languages into Russian and Ukrainian. Our band consists of 30 employees. Around 60 to 80 freelancers are used in our projects every day. And in 2011, we translated more than 22 million of words. Those subject areas we do are mainly technical engineering, information technologies and telecommunications, oil and gas, and satellite and rocket technologies. So are the most popular subject areas. As well, we do medical, legal, and marketing translations. Last year, we were certified with Stuvnord company for ISO 9001-2008, and we work in compliance with EN standard 15038. And we are members of Gala, Elia, Pros.com communities. We visit a lot of international conferences. It's our first LocWorld. Moreover, next year we are organizing our own Ukrainian conference. It will be the first time in Ukraine. So if you are interested in coming to our beautiful country, you're cordially invited. Please come to our booth number 5 and get your invitation. So, let me begin the story. Several years ago, we took a closer look to our database of suppliers, of vendors, and that was dark times. In those times, there were 2,500 vendors in our database. They were divided into two groups: active part, in use we call it, and inactive part. So not in use part, inactive part is for all the freelancers we had ever contacted with. So this part is for vendor management, and project managers can see only active part. That means 500 translators. They are ready to work, their data is up to date, and the problem was that project managers knew well only 20 people. These 20 people were always eager to take projects, they were always available, and the remaining part, 480, were strangers to us. And sometimes we involved them, but we didn't have any system for that. And we understood that it was time for changes. We understood that these people could be our hidden potential waiting to be discovered. Also, in those dark times, we didn't have any feedback for a translator. So a translator would send his text, we would edit it, correct his mistakes, if so, and then was the deadlock. Then came nothing, and vendors thought either we were totally happy with their jobs or we didn't correct them at all. Neither was the truth. And there were cases when we stopped collaborating with the translator and he asked us why didn't we send him projects. We answered that we are not happy with his job, and he told, how come I didn't know that? Why didn't you tell me that at once? Editors were not satisfied as well, because they need to correct the same mistakes from the same people every day, and they wanted to communicate with the translator. They want to break this vicious circle, and they were burnt out. They wanted to break this wall. Project managers were not motivated to improve project quality. They were reluctant to involve new people. They were interested in profitability of project, in high volumes, in higher prices, but not quality. Because it's easy just to give a project to a always ready translator, not the good one. And we needed something measurable, something smart, not like an order thing, like from now on we pay attention to quality. We need something precise and measurable. So what did we do? First, we analyzed existing QA models on the market, and we invented our own model to suit our own needs. So what it is an evaluation form from our Excel file we sent to editors. There are 8 categories. For those who can see it, I will pronounce. First is accuracy of translation. Second is terminological consistency and glossary adherence. Third is absence of additions and omissions. Fourth is spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Fifth is style. 6, formatting. 7, software skills. And 8, adherence to instructions. So we sent this file to each editor with every project and asked them to put a score for each skill of a vendor. 5 is maximum, 1 is the minimum, it's very poor, 5 is very good. And for this type of table, we do not take into account the volume of the text, and this workflow is general for technical translations. Below this table, in the same file, there is a table for example of mistakes. All of you might have seen it in several QA models. Here is a well-known columns: file name, category of mistake, type or gravity of mistake, source text, translation, corrected text, and 2 columns for comments from editor and from translator. By comments of translator, we can also evaluate the performance of editors. So if the translator disagrees with editor, we investigate, we give it to a third-party linguist, and we see how editor was good or not. Then we transfer these scores from this table into our TMS system. This system is our own solution. We have been investing into it. It's been 10 years since we started to build this TMS RP program. So we transferred our marks and comments from Excel file here in our system. Each category has its own weight. Thus, mistranslation weights more than like formatting issue or spelling issue. These weights on the left side are our own invention. It's how we see weighting of categories, not a standardized one. Now that we have all the scores here, we can see overall rating of a project. So we can see overall performance of a particular vendor for a particular project. And here we have general comments when we put if the feedback is sent and how was the reaction of a vendor for his mistakes. Since we have like 20 projects done by a vendor, we can see his overall rating. This overall score, in this case it's 4.52, is based on the last 20 jobs of a vendor. It allows us to see whether he is good or bad and which skill is the best of him. We can see here that this translator is not so good in style, so we would not send him like advertising or marketing project. And if we click on any of categories here in the table, we would see comments for this particular category. For this screenshot, we clicked formatting, and we can see a formatting comment from an evaluator. And I should say also that it is dynamic. It changes with every project evaluated. And when we have all the ratings for all the vendors in our database, we can compare them. We created a system that allows us to pay more to those who perform better, and not to pay more who performs not so good. This scheme is applied to translators in the same ballpark, so it's, they can be compared. We understood that we can pay more to those who do their best, and we are not going to raise prices high for those who even neglect to perform a spell check and so on. Also, this scheme is used to say thank you to vendors who are very good. Of course, we are not paying them in shells. Shells is only a metaphor for money. We pay them in hryvnia, our local currency. So this scheme, it is not used against the vendor. So when a translator with a very low rating asks us for a raise, we show him his rating and say, if you manage to raise your rating, we will be happy to pay you more. It's not a problem. Now when we have rating of a translator and editor and other people involved to a project, we can calculate linguistic rating of the whole project. That's how we do it. If we take, for example, a translator and an editor, we add some figures to the rating of translator. If it is monolingual proof, only target language is corrected, it's 0.2 that we add. If it's like deep bilingual proofreading with subject matter proof, it's 0.5 to the rating. So the situation that we have 3.9 as in our example, it's not affordable to according to our policy. So this scheme is used to compensate translators' quality. So if we see that the translator is not that good, we will use nice editors with subject matter proof. If the vendor is brilliant, we know that it is no use to use a good editor. We just do monolingual proof, and the text is high quality in this time. And our project management motivation, our project managers are paid according to their effectiveness. Let's take project manager Helen. In May, she did 206 projects, and their average linguistic rating was 4.57. We need people, we need project managers to involve the better translator that is possible. Below, we can see a personal graph of a project manager Helen, and we can see the average linguistic rating of all projects with each month she performed. So this chart is an instrument to control project managers, whether they assign projects to good vendors or not. Moreover, we also add another line to KPI scheme of a project manager. It's linguistic rating of projects. So the better vendors he or she uses, the higher is her salary. This goal, 4.5 as a planned project rating of a project manager, is our goal for 2012, 4.5. And we add several decimals to this each year to raise our quality. Besides, we keep track of all the skills of our vendors. On the screenshot, here is the list of subject areas like technical advertising, cosmetics, and so on. And we can see how many projects were done by this vendor for this particular subject area. Let's take, for example, technical subject area. 164 projects were done. For advertising, 20 projects were done. 9 of them were evaluated. Average rating of them is 4.88, and the status for this subject area for this vendor is confirmed. If the rating is low, status changes to rejected manually now. If this subject area weren't tested and proven to be good by an editor, by a vendor, status is declared. If the value is below 4, our threshold value, it is automatically colored with red, so that vendor and project managers can see that there might be some problems with this. These figures, this average rating, are taken not from the overall rating of the vendor, but of accuracy of translation, because for like advertising or cosmetics subject area, it doesn't matter how good formatting is. The matter is in accuracy, how good it's how well he or she knows the topic of translation. So for each project, we complete a special form when we put which tool was used for this translation. After it is complete, project manager or vendor manager put a score for this tool, and the same method for the statistical data is used here. So each vendor has his own table with all the CAD or other instruments such as AutoCAD or InDesign, and he has statuses, jobs done with this CAD tool, ratings for this tool, and so on, so that we can see how good he performs with these tools. Moreover, we decided to implement a new rule. If a project involves editing, the translation should be evaluated and there should be feedback with examples of mistakes. For this purpose, we created a new department. It's my department. It's called Q&A, Quality and Assignment Department. Each manager of this department is responsible for a particular language pair. So, like from English to Russian and Ukrainian, from German to Russian and Ukrainian, and for a whole Romance project into Russian and Ukrainian. And these managers, they know vendors of this language pair as a back of their hands, and they know who is better, who is worse, and by monitoring feedbacks from editors, they can see whether their assignment was good or bad, whether it was good to assign this project to this translator or not. So here is the brief summary of our way. We started to analyze well-known QA models. Then we built up our own model and started to send feedback with every evaluated translator. For this purpose, we created our Quality and Assignment Department. We implemented new things to our TMS system, and this TMS system does skill management, as I have shown you, and we obtain Translators rating, the tool to compare how good or bad are our vendors. This rating is used to motivate vendors perform better because it is connected with their payment. And also, by using this rating, we can calculate a total linguistic rating of a project to see whether assignment vendors for this project was good or bad. And this linguistic rating of projects is used to motivate project managers to assign best vendors for this project. This quality model I have described you is not suitable for every company on the market. So here is small characteristics of our company. We are regional language vendors, and our suppliers are freelancers, not companies. And It can help, this scheme can help you if you have trusted panel of editors to rate these translators. There should be a quality department to manage all these feedbacks, forms, replies, and emails. And these managers should be linguists, in my own opinion. They should know target and source languages well. It took us a year to implement this system, and our top managers were highly involved into this process of changes. How did the system help us? From our point of view, we optimized expenses on translators, because the better vendor does, the less editing we need, and we economize on this. And if we see that if the rating of a translator is below 4, we just stop collaborating with him. And another benefit is by checking comments of freelancers, we can see how good our editors are. If we see that in most cases freelancers do not agree with the editor, we start to investigate and find out what is the problem with him. And we obtain quality rating of our projects, and we can see how good the assignment process was. And we can motivate our PMs to assign right people to a project by these KPI schemes. And moreover, because of skills management system and these statuses, ratings, and comments, when a new employee comes, he can read all the comments, see all the ratings of people, and know whether this vendor is good to assign to a particular project or not. So there are a lot of benefits from freelancers' points of view as well. They know how to earn more, how to improve their quality, they see their mistakes, and they know about their weak and strong sides. When a freelancer receives high marks and nice comments during, for example, half a year, he knows that they can apply for special bonuses for our top freelancers. For example, for 2 last years, we have organized a special forum for our vendors. We invited them to come to our city, and we organized like a small conference for them with workshops, with discussion clubs, with sessions, so that they could spend nice time together, communicate, learn new things, and so on. But it's just the past. And now we face new challenges on the market. And from now on, I will be telling you about our plan to improve this existing system. And I would like you to provide me with feedback, or any ideas or thoughts of this plan that I will now tell you. So there are some new challenges with this system. First of all, the subjectivity, because different editors put different marks for one and the same mistake. For example, we have a nice, kind editor who thinks that only one typo, it's not a big deal. Everyone makes typos, it's okay, and put the highest score, 5. Another angry editor thinks that a typo is something very bad, and it's a negligent translator who makes typo and neglects to perform even a spell check. So for one and the same typo, we have different marks. Thus, the rating is not that objective. And our translators, they would like to monitor their ratings, to compare it, to know who is better and who is worse amongst them. So we need more objectivity here. Unlike Lisa QA model, our pass-fail judgment is also subjective. And another problem, editors are not, editors usually do not have enough time to complete all the forms with all the feedback, and we need some automation here because human labor is very expensive. And then quality and assurance and assignment managers needs to transfer the scores comments from Excel file into the TMS. It also takes time, and then they send a lot of emails with feedbacks. It also takes time, so we need to reduce the labor intensive. And here is our planned solution for these problems. We call it InText QA Model 2.0, and I will now tell you the process. First, we correct the text as if we were editing it as usual. We correct it, and then we compare files with a special software. It's a free software. If you need, I will tell you afterwards how it's called. It's free for use. We compare files and see the changes. As you can see, the corrected parts in translation column are marked with red color. The better option is with blue color in the correction column. Then we extract maximum 1,000 words of this corrected text. There is two options for selection method, either most changed part or random part. For each example of mistake, we can put type, like grammar or style or accuracy, and gravity, as usual, critical, major, minor, and so on. Also, there is a field for comments from editor and for translator. When we get a report like this, we appoint a category, and as a result, we have a TQI and our 8 skill scores. So according to how many are mistakes for each category, the system, an Excel file, automatically calculates the score, and we have evaluation result automatically as well, good, bad, average, and so on. Then these results are verified by quality and assignment management, and we plan to integrate this system into our TMS to make it automatically. So by using this system, we would achieve the situation when same mistakes are rated equally by different reviewers. So for the same typo, there would the same amount of scores extracted from 100 as usual, and we receive same rating. So it and automation implementing into TMS of the system would save our time and labor to transfer all these comments and marks from Excel to TMS. And thus we obtain new approach to quality, a transparent quality system, predictable quality system for our appreciated vendors. It's almost the same. I've managed to put all my presentation in half an hour, so we have a lot of time for questions and answers. Please do not be shy to tell me your feedback, to ask. The more questions, the better. To the mic, please. Yes, we have the first one.
So how does speed factor into the ratings, if it does at all?
The speed factor for evaluating?
Like speed versus quality.
Yeah, it's a general question. Usually we manage, because of having Q&A department, we manage to send feedback to translator, then get his feedback, and if something is wrong with editor corrections, we can implement it into the text and send it to client. It's not the often case, but sometimes we manage it. We invest in automation a lot, so that this process of quality control would take us less time than usual. And we were to other sessions, and everybody's telling that sometimes speed is much more valuable than quality is. But our point of view that quality is our reputation, is our business. So we do everything to persuade the client to give us some more time, some couple of hours or a couple of days, if the project is big, to make it perfect. Because, you know, someone said that they never have time to to give you in the beginning, but they always have time to rewrite the whole text from the very beginning afterwards. So we try to make it quality from the very beginning. Any other questions? Yes, please.
Yes.
Could you please tell it into the mic?
I had a question on your slide on creating a linguistic rating.
Yeah, I will now go back to it. Just give me a second. Backwards. Rewinding. Here it is,
There
right?
you go. Yes, I just was curious how you had gotten, where the numbers at the bottom came from.
At the bottom. So at the bottom there are examples. For example, if we have a translator whose rating is 4.2, and we assign a bilingual proofreader to this translator, the result is 4.5. The linguistic rating is 4.5, and it is good. It is the scheme that we strive for. 4.5 is good. If we have a translator whose rating is 3.7, and we assign only a monolingual proofreader, whose rating is 0.2, the result would be 3.9, which is unaffordable, which is bad for the overall quality. So if we had a translator whose rating is 3.7, we need to use bilingual plus subject matter proofreader to make sure that the quality would be nice. In this case, the quality would be 4.2, the rating will be 4.2, and it's better than 3.8, and it's more than 4. If it's more than 4, it is good, it is applicable.
So depending on the rating of your translator, that determines what kind of proofing they need.
That's right. That's
because you're
right.
kind of training your translator.
That's right.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. For those who didn't manage to give us your business cards, please do it now. I will give some prizes. Any more questions? Thank you.
Yep, I had one question. Your system seemed, you were talking about consolidating work with a subset of maybe 20 trusted vendors. Wouldn't there be a tendency of the system to have project managers always go again for the same highly rated translators? And how do you go about introducing new translators? I know we have a very hard time introducing newcomers to our PMs.
That's right. We also experience very hard times with involving new people from database into projects, because it's always risk to involve new translator. Last year we invented a system where we give a small Kinder Surprise eggs to project manager who involves new translator. This year we invented an experiment. This project is called Experiment. For example, if we have a project, a small one, which is good to give to a new translator, and if we do not have time actually to give it to new translator, what we do? We give this text to a well-known, good one, and the same text we give to new translators. So we pay them and we tell them as if it is a real project. And they have deadline, they have all the materials, and they work on it. And we do not use these texts afterwards, we do not send them to clients. We just evaluate them because we have a lot of time, because it's not a real project, it's like experiment project. And after 2 or 3 these experimental projects, we can see how good he or she performs. And then a project manager sees that this translator has done several experimental projects and it was good, they managed to deliver it before deadline and so on, and they are willing to use new. Also we pay benefits, pay some amount of money to the project manager who involved the most of newcomers from the database. So we do on both sides this. Any other one?
So my question is related to the previous one. How do you prevent from your best translators being over committed, and if the project manager is fighting over the best resources, right? If you rate people, the project managers, on how well they choose the translators, then you cannot give everything to the best.
Yes, that's right. We constantly add new people into our database, and when the project manager calls to one good translator and he's busy, to another one and he's also busy, he goes to our assignment department and says to us that he or she has some problems with assigning, and she needs more people involved, and we perform a good job by looking through the database and assigning these projects to new people, which are already tested, and they have done some experimental projects, and they have ratings already. We have comments about them already. And we ask our good translators to tell PMs if they are overloaded, if they cannot handle more. So we do not push them, we do not make them take as much as they like and to work 24 hours a day. We appreciate their work, and we would like them to work less and get paid more. Okay, maybe we should, Marina, how do you think? We should give some prizes to the audience. Let me take the back with your cards. Because everyone is organizing. Doesn't anyone wants to put another one, to have two chances instead of one? No? No cheaters? Yeah, sure, thank you. So we are at the booth number 5, and it's the first time we're exhibiting here, and we see that every booth has this bowl with visit cards to win a prize. We didn't know about that. So we compensate with the sessions. Okay, and the winner is. Oh, I'm sorry in advance if I don't pronounce it correctly. Siddharth Shangmugam. Yeah, hello. Come to me, please. And we have some nice presents for you. Here is the book about Ukraine, about our country. Our mascots, pens, and moreover, it's the spoon, handmade one. There are several old ladies, in the whole Ukraine, which do these nice paintings. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your being here. If you want to talk to me afterwards, I'm always in the booth number 5. Please come. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Have a nice day.